It's amazing technology we have today. Amen. Um, we are going live here on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram and Clubhouse all at the same time right now. So amazing technology that we have. Guys, today we're going to learn how to create a course. I'm creating one right now. Mhm. Kingsley, I appreciate you. Uh, I am creating a course as we speak right now. That's what we're doing. Learn how to create a course. That's what it's called. Learn how to create a course today. And I could literally sell this tomorrow, package it up and sell it tomorrow. I want to just say hello to everybody on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all of that and Clubhouse. You can join me in Clubhouse if you want to have some input. If you've never checked out Clubhouse, I strongly encourage it. It's an app that can put you on the map more so than all the others out there because it's an auditory app and you can learn from things. So, Kingsley, tell me you're over on Instagram. So tell me what brought you in and what you'd like to learn today. Devin, welcome to the space. We are on Facebook and we are on TikTok and a few others all at the same time today, Instagram. So Devin, I see Devin here so Devin has a lot to say on this topic. He's a man with a plan. Devin Rodriguez, look him up. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. He is a machine. He teaches people how to perfect their story and become an entrepreneur based on what they've been through and how they've been through it, and how they help people. So, and then we got Lana Kayla here. Welcome, Lana. Want to just say hello to you as well. You help spiritual coaches get their first clients using human design. Enough said. Enough said. Straight to the point. And the I just really want to say thanks to Dr. Jackie for being here. Dr. Jackie, welcome, guys. Come on up on stage. Join me up here. We're having some fun. I am doing this live via Facebook, Instagram. Let's just see. Has been working on a business idea, finally completed your business plan. I have a pitch deck already made, and I'm looking for like minded entrepreneurs to work with on building my business. Awesome. Awesome. That's on Instagram. So learn how to create your course and book today and sell it tomorrow. Devin, a couple of weeks ago, or actually last week, I sat down in front of Zoom. This is amazing, guys. You can sit down in front of Zoom and you can think about, don't get hung up on, hey, Angel, don't get hung up on uh, your story. Now, Devin, don't get me. Don't get mad at me. Don't get hung up on your story. A lot of people say I don't know how to sell my story. Well, sell Devin's then. Sell doctors. Sell somebody else's. Make it your own. If Devin said something that just rocked you to the core, then make it your own. If Kingsley says something that just rocked you to the core, then make it your own. If Think and Grow Rich Napoleon Hill said something that rocked you to the core, then make it your own. Emulate what resonates. Let me say that again. Emulate what resonates. Don't just try to, if you're stuck in your own muck and mire of your own story, don't stay there. Devin's doing well. Use Devin. Devin, come on up. Let's have a conversation. Come on. I know you're driving home. I know you're going on a date. I know you're in the military. I know you're in a tent. I know you're out there camping somewhere, but hopefully he can come up and share the stage with us. But don't get stuck in your own story. This is what I did. I literally love the book Think and Grow Rich because it was written at a time when they had absolutely everything and absolutely nothing and created everything. Okay. They had absolutely everything, absolutely nothing, and created everything. We have absolutely everything and create absolutely nothing. Hey, Angel, come on up and talk to me. I'm lonely. And I haven't seen you in class here lately. I miss you on Tuesdays. Um, but come on up and talk to me, guys. And I want to just say hello to Facebook. Put it in the comments where you're from and what's going on in your world. Like it if you want to, and all that. And Instagram, want to say thank you. But this is what I did. I took the 6 keys that will unlock any door. And they are as follows. Number one, write down what you want and make it plain. Number two, write down a date by when you want to get it. Number three, write down a service you want to give in exchange for what it is that you want. Number four, write out a plan of how you intend to bring the service to the surface. And then number five, write out a life statement of how you feel now that you already have it. And then number six, read these statements and goals out loud twice daily with emotion, seeing yourself, feeling yourself, and believing yourself already to be in possession of that which you want. Now, what I did with those 6 things is I hopped on Zoom. Zoom's an interesting bird. Zoom, the client, when you download it to your computer, it allows you to start your own meeting. And then you can record your meeting to your computer. That's what I highly recommend. Record your meeting to your computer. Then once you do that, um, and I usually use a virtual background of some sort. Uh, r- then, then you also can do a Angel. Are you able to come up and speak? Because I really like having questions and dialogue and all that, not just an open monologue. But anyway, with that, and if you can hear me, raise your hand, lower it, just so I know that you're hearing me in Clubhouse, guys. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you are putting comments in, liking the post, all that stuff like that. And same with Instagram. What I did though is I took each 6 of those, I did 7 videos, about 5 minutes long, 7 each, 5 minutes long. Within 35 minutes, I had a course on the 6 keys that will unlock any door within about 35 minutes. 35 minutes later, I went over to Canva. Now, I took these and I uploaded them into a program I call Descript. Descript will allow you to, it will transcribe all of your videos. And then it will allow you to edit the text. And then once you edit the text, you'll be able to um, once you edit the text, it will edit the videos and the audio for you. So here I have a video course, I have an audio course, and I have a textbook about the 6 keys that will unlock any door. I also went to um, hmm, Canva, pulled up book covers, had a book cover done within another 30 minutes. So now I have another book called 6 Keys That Will Unlock Any Door, along with a book called Should Have Turned Right. I have a course to go along with those things. So you can literally, I think sometimes we make this stuff bigger than what it is. I simply do what resonates with me. For a long time, I sat back, guys, and I said, how do you package yourself? How do you how do you sell yourself? How do you do that? How do you package yourself? And I struggled, and I was stayed stuck because I didn't know how to sell me. I could sell insulation, I could sell roofing, I could sell gutters, I could sell a lot of stuff, but selling me. So I got stuck in my story. I got stuck in that story. Don't get stuck in your story. If your story gets you stuck, it's just going to keep have somebody else stuck, and then you're just going to have two people that are stuck. If you haven't strategized and found yourself in a different state, see, Tony Robbins has this thing called state or story. It's one thing to know where you come from, but then to know your state. This is this is where I am. No matter what is faced, no matter what winds of time are coming against me, this is who I am today. This is where I'm going. And then strategy, story, state, strategy. Now I could turn and make that my own. I could make that my own, guys. Make it your own. Find something that out there that resonates with you. The book Think and Grow Rich has another quote. It says, thoughts are things and powerful things at that. When they're mixed with a definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their attainment. And it also says in the book, before success comes in any person's life, they're sure to meet with much temporary defeat and perhaps some failure along the way. Oh, so I could teach a course on why we fail and why we have to. See, this is what most people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that stuff. Oh my gosh. But if I can take them into a membership site and teach on these things, then I turn it into a course. I can sell a membership on different content that I create to help people in their entrepreneurial journey. Because the word entrepreneur and the word manure rhyme for a reason. There's a lot of crap in both of them. They both stink from time to time, but they both have the potential to make things grow. And so that's why you want to you want to hang on to those goals that are so exhilarating out there. So I see, let's see, Angel, are you still there? Can you put in the comments what you're working on right now? Um, and let me know if you're still there and you can hear me. If you can hear me, just put in the comments what you're working on. Let me know. And who who do we have on? Let's see. Can't post comments to some destinations. Okay, so let me just pull this up here. Um, all right. So, hey there, guys. Welcome, guys. I think it's Enio Bena and Miranda Youngs. Welcome. We're talking today about learn how to create a course today and literally sell it tomorrow. I'm going to share again what I did. I literally took six things out of a book and I expounded on it. Hey, how are you? Can you tell me your name just so I know? Enio Bena. Let me know the name um, so I know who I'm talking to. Let's see here. Um, See if you can go live with me. Come on in. Come on in. We'll talk. We'll see where you're at. Hopefully, you can join. Okay, I understand. But would love to tell you exactly what I did. I took um, any. All right. I took six things out of Think and Grow Rich and I made them my own. Then I made them yours. I called it Six Keys That Will Unlock Any Door. And then I took those and I created a video on each six. I took the video and then I dropped it into a program called Descript. Descript transcribed the video. Then I've got transcription, audio, and video all at the same time. So I created a course, literally created that course within 35 minutes. And then it took me about another 30 to edit the stuff or get the text where I wanted it. Then I took and I put it into a program called Living Writer, and that separated each chapter, and it gave me a table of contents. And then I went into Canva and I chose book cover, and I created a book cover. So within about an hour and a half, I created a 6 chapter book, a 6 module course, and 6 MP3s for the audios. I've got an introduction as well, an introduction to the course. So don't tell me this stuff can't be done. In fact, one thing I learned from one of my coaches, his name is James Mell. James said to me, what gets scheduled gets done. And say that again. What gets scheduled gets done. If you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. You can wish for it, but wishes alone do not bring riches, do not bring you happiness. Wishes alone will not do that. But specific, laid out, determined plans, and then followed up by action will take place. So you can say, oh, John, I get stuck in my story. Well, then forget your story. Sell someone else's. Sell someone else's. Don't get hung up on your story. Tony Robbins talks about story, state, strategy. If you're still stuck in your story and you have not learned how to strategize forward, guess what? You sharing your story with someone else, if you're stuck in it, is just going to keep them stuck along with you. The last thing you want to do is come up to somebody who's stuck in the ditch of their despair and just get stuck in their despair with them. You want to become the tow truck that helps people get unstuck. And if I know that Tony Robbins is doing something already and people are resonating with what he's doing, I'm going to steal it from him. Sorry. I'm going to repackage it in my own words. But the best form of flattery is imitation. The best form of flattery is imitation. If someone else is doing something and they're having good results with it, why in the earth would I want to sit around and trying to figure out how to do it myself a different way? Why? I mean, the pioneers. Russell Brunson said this to me. So you can always tell the pioneers. They're always laying face down in the dirt and they got arrows in their back. Don't be a pioneer. Don't be a pioneer. Especially if you're on a limited budget. You got time to bet. You got time to figure out if this is going to work. Because so many people are like, oh, I want to sell my story. I want to sell my story. Yes, you can in time. You can in time, but your story might not help anybody right now. So don't get hung up on it. Figure out what has Lisa Nichols said to you? What's Tony Robbins said to you? What Les Brown say? What this, another quote in Think and Grow Rich. It says that thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they're mixed with a definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their attainment. Wow. I just came up with another module course on the power of thoughts and how they become things. And talking about definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their attainment. 4 modules. Just created it. Another thing that he talks about in the book is autosuggestion and the power of the subconscious mind, and reading books about this stuff. Like I flipped through I went through and unleashed the power within. Um, a pyramid of mastery. Okay. I So he's got the pyramid of mastery. I could turn this into the pillars of posterity. Uh, Physical body, emotions and meaning, relationships, time, work, career, mission, finances, celebrate and contribute spiritual sense. That's the pyramid of mastery. I could call it the pillars of posterity, pillars of prosperity, whatever you want to call it. He's got the pillars of progress. So I could call it the statues of success. The, how do you make your story in a unique way? You So many people get hung up on their story, Annie. You don't have to get hung up on your story. Okay. Your story going to come out as you relate to people through this, but start somewhere. You do not have to be great to start, but you do have to start to become great. I see Mashoud here. Welcome, Mashoud. How are you? What brings you into this space? You're a business growth expert. You're a copywriter and funnel builder. Welcome, man. Come on up, man. I'd love to have you up on the stage with me. Mashoud, do you have any questions, or can you share into the conversation here? But I'm just talking about learning how to create a course and book today and then sell it tomorrow. And I think so many people get hung up on being stuck. And being stuck is just simply, I read a lot. I read a lot. And so I think sometimes people say, John, you drop so many gems. I only drop what I keep picking up. So if you don't pick up anything, you're probably not going to drop it. It's not going to be an overflow of your life. But shoot, how are you, man? Been a while.
It's been a while. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much for putting it up here.
Yeah. So what's going on in your world, man? What's happening, man? What brought you in other than my magnetic charm?
Okay. Presently, I'm about to create a course. Most probably asking me to create a course on funnel building. So I'm about to create a course on that. So I want it to be a premium course. So I'm trying to put things in place so that it comes out very, very fine. So that's the phase I'm in right now.
Well, do me a favor. Steal mine. Steal mine. Go to scribblefunnels.com. I'm serious. Go to scribblefunnels.com and go and see how we laid out our academy.
Okay, I'll do just that.
And we have an academy on scribblefunnels.com, and you might like it. You might like scribblefunnels.com. It helps people without or with a lot of technical expertise build their funnels, their websites, their CRM, their email marketing, all that in one place. I'll put the link up here so you have it correctly. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with ClickFunnels or not, but ClickFunnels is really expensive, and it doesn't give you a whole lot, uh, except a whole lot of marketing. I'm a big fan of Russell Brunson. I'm just not a fan of that product. So, Mashoud, if you click on that link that I put up at the top there, you can go to the Academy portion, and it will.
Okay,
You can see how we laid out our course. Now, that course
that's good.
that we built that course with Scribble Funnels. Okay, so we didn't build it with anything else and then put it in there. So this is a company I co-founded back in 2021, and we because of COVID-19 and all that, and what I used to do, um, as I used to help I used to do a lot of trade shows and home shows, and physical sales, lead generation, and then COVID-19 hit, they shut all those things down. And so we had to figure out a way for our clients to put their home shows and their booths online and still have that lead generation strategy. And so I went to ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels ended up charging me about 2,500 a month to do what I was doing. And I was like, I talked to my developers and I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. And you know, I said, can we get some? So we put our heads together, and that's what we come up with: Scribble Funnels for people. And it's got everything you need. And if you've ever used ClickFunnels, what are you using now to build your funnels with? Where are you are you using WordPress, or what are you using right now?
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome about Scribble Funnels. I would actually like to check it out. And the course format that you talked about, I would like to check it out. So presently, what I use for my clients is based on what they want. I use ClickFunnels, I use AfroFunnels, I use WordPress as well, based on their need and based on their budget. Because some clients already have accounts with uh, some software, so I can go with any software. But I would really like to dive into Scribble Funnels and see how it works.
Well, yeah, if you've used ClickFunnels, you'll absolutely love Scribble Funnels. You'll absolutely love it. You'll absolutely love it. And and here's what I'm going to highly recommend. I'm going to highly recommend something. You look at the growth plan. The growth plan is is uh, is $99. Okay, but it comes with up to three websites and 30 funnels that you can turn into
Okay,
websites. What's that?
30 funnels. Wow, that's amazing.
30
So my
funnels, all separate domain names too, by the way. You can hook up separate domain names. And so you got 33 sites literally to work with in that growth plan. And this is what I would recommend: you stop giving your customers the choice of what they want to use, and they use what you tell them they're going to use. And then you say, here's a monthly maintenance fee for me to maintain it. You build the funnel on your account, and then you maintain it. Hook up their domain name, you maintain it, and they pay you $100 per month for hosting and maintenance. And then that gives you get rid of you get rid of the growth annual plan. You get rid of the monthly fee because they'll pay it. And if you got 20, let's say you got 10 clients, 10 times $100 a month, that's $1,000 a month. They're paying you instead of ClickFunnels.
that's that's awesome.
Yeah, so I would definitely, because ClickFunnels only gives you it only gives you three domains and 20 funnels, but if you go over 20 funnels, it'll bill you $297. So it's this, and it only does funnels right now, unless you do the ClickFunnels 2.0 that they've just released, but it's a lot higher in cost. They still have the old ClickFunnels, and if you want the ClickFunnels 2.0, you're going to pay more money. So This is a way for you. We also have an affiliate program, a way for you to earn some money by promoting it. So if people want to pay for Scribble Funnels and still get paid a commission, you can still do it that way too. But that's what I would recommend. I'd start being a marketing agency where you build the funnels and you maintain those funnels. So I see Dr. Jackie. Welcome, Jackie. Jackie, how are you? Come on up. How you doing?
Doing fine. Are you gonna do this room again so I can get all the information?
I do rooms a lot. What specific information would you like?
Looking at this all-in-one website and funnel builder.
Oh, that is mine. I own that company. I own a lot of companies. So I own multiple systems of income. Now I have teams for each stream though. I have teams for the streams. I don't mean multiple jobs. I mean multiple systems. You got to have multiple systems and got to have teams for the streams. See, a lot of times people want to create streams, but then they're the damn creator. they're, they're, they're the ones that are creating everything, and that's an implementer. That's not a unifier, and that's not a communicator, and that's not a imagineer. You got to be an imagineer. An implementer will be the paid the least. Even if you're making $400,000 a year, you won't have time to spend it because you'll be doing everything. And the minute you stop doing something, your income drops. If you stop, your income drop. But with a system, you get that system running like a well-oiled machine. That's what automations do. That's what funnels do. That's what websites do that are lead generating. Most. So what do you do, doctor? Welcome to the stage. How are you? What brought you into the room other than my magnetic charm?
You. I saw the title and I saw you and I said, that's enough for me. There's my brother and I like the title and I want to know more.
Okay.
So I came on.
Well, I was telling people that I created. You can create a course and a book today and sell it tomorrow. How? that, that was my biggest question that's got me stuck all the time. How? Well, show me how. Show me how you did it. We see all these ministers and things like that on TV, and uh, how they grew their church. How did they do it? How do they do it? They tell you God will open the door. Well, how? How will I know, right? And then so basically, I took 6 keys from a book called Think and Grow Rich. You ever heard of Think and Grow Rich, Doctor? That book?
Yes.
Okay,
Very good.
I steal a lot of people's stuff. Because here's the thing: if I'm stuck trying to figure out my story, then my story is just going to keep somebody else stuck. But if there's somebody else's story that is already doing something for good for people, then I'm going to use that story and I'm going to emulate what resonates. That's exactly what I do. So I just took the 6 keys out of Think and Grow Rich. Number one, write down what you want, make it very plain. Number two, write down a date by when you want to get it. Number three, write down a service you want to give in exchange for it. Number four, write out a life statement of how, or write out a plan of what you intend to do to bring the service to the surface. And then number five, write out a life statement of how you feel now that you already have it. Number six, read these statements and goals out loud twice daily with emotion, seeing yourself, feeling yourself, believing yourself, already to be in possession of the thing you want. Okay. So he laid them out. So I expounded on each of them for about 5 minutes each. 5 minutes each. You can say a lot in 5 minutes, believe me, when it's just you on a Zoom. So I opened up Zoom. I created a nice little Think and Grow Rich backdrop. Looks pretty sexy behind me. That's the only thing sexy in my video. So I had to add that in there. Then I took and I recorded it on my computer, and I hit stop recording and then start the recording, stop the recording, start the recording, stop the recording, all in one sitting. I did this all in one sitting, about 35 minutes, and I expounded on each of them. The course is not long, it's just strong. And then I took each video and I dropped it into a software called Descript, which then transcribed the videos. And then I edited the text, which will edit the video and the audio at the same time. So now I've got text that's edited. Then I drop that text into a book writing software that I use called Living Writer. And then it breaks it up into chapters. I put each separate chapter, and then that gives me my nice little table of contents. And then I exported it and got it ready for Amazon. And then I downloaded that, and then I put it into an EPUB, which is good for playbooks or iBooks or Kindle or anything like that. And then I also went to Canva and I typed in book cover, and I used one of their templates. I borrowed a photo from them that had 6 keys hanging from a ring. I used some really nice gold text on it, 6 keys to unlock any door. That's what I typed in there, and by Jonathan Ribble. And then I used a smart mock-up, which is basically made it a 3D book. And then I can put it on a landing page, or I can give it away in my membership site as something of value. Or you can use it as a lead magnet. But I did that within, about an hour and a half.
Real?
For real.
What? You should have the replay on. I need to hear everything you just said from start to finish because you made it so simple.
The-
Oh my goodness. Where's the book of what you just, all of that you just said? I need to buy that book right now.
Okay, I get you the book. Everything that's in that book is in this book here. Let me just put it up here for you. Should have turned right.com. It's another book I wrote. Right up at the top, everything that I just said is also in that book. If you click on that link, is in that book. Should have turned right. That book is $10. And I'll also give you an opportunity to get the audio and a physical copy for another $10. But if you, click on that link up there, and you see that landing page, a nice clean landing page where you land on it. This is all it asks you is buy by book. It doesn't say about us, home, services, contact us, map to get to somewhere you're never going to drive to. It's not a website. It's a clear call to action. Because this is basically an opportunity for you to take me to lunch, doctor. If you take me to lunch, I might get you to take me to dinner. And if you take me to dinner, I might have a weekend getaway. If we have a weekend getaway, I might say, "Can I call you next week?" And then you say, "Yes." He said, "We can't keep meeting like this." And people begin to talk. But this is just like in that personal relationship, like when we have a relationship, when you found your husband or he found you, you went on that date. He didn't say on the first date, "Will you marry me?" You would have said, "Have you lost your mind?" But he dated you. Another date came along, another date came along, another date came along. Pretty soon there was marriage. That's the same thing that happens in business. And a lot of times beginners try to make money on the front end. They're not buying my $1,497 product. I don't understand why. Because you asked them to marry you. You just asked them to marry you. They don't even know who the heck you are. You're asking them for $1,497. I'm asking you to take me to lunch. See, that's what social media is about, guys. Social media is for getting people to like you. This know and trust business. Not going to happen in 15 minutes. Never. Doesn't happen in 22 years of marriage half the time sometimes. You know, and I'm a pastor. I know. But my point is, so many people try to get so much out of people on the first date. And if they're not worth dating, they're not worth mating. So if you can't date them for a little bit, then they're not worth mating. So get let people like you, want to be around you, then fall in love with the value that you share. Then maybe something will happen. But like for instance, as you can see, I have 5,000 followers, guys. Do you think I could tell people, doctor, that I could help them grow their Clubhouse if they just started on Clubhouse? Do you think I could help them tell them that I could help them get followers on Clubhouse if they just started on Clubhouse? If they only got 2 followers, do you think I could help them? Why? Because I already got the credibility that says I can. The followers on social media are credibility. They may never be customers. Just credibility. So people get hung up on followers, friends, and connections. Don't get hung up on followers, friends, and connections. I got 5,000 followers on Clubhouse that have all said, I'm going to follow you around like a lost puppy because you just add so much value to my life. Where the heck are they? So I don't put faith in the following. I put my faith in my ability to follow up with my following. And I'm not going to get everybody to be a customer. But every once in a while, somebody like Doctor will come along and Doctor will want to take me to lunch. She'll buy my $10 book. And then I can take her up in value over time. Hopefully, maybe, someday. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it if it doesn't. Because even the carpenter from the plains of Galilee was not able to help everybody. You have to know who you're called to serve and then serve them well. And if you get stuck in your story, sell Dr. Jackie's story. If Dr. Jackie says something from a stage and she dropped it like it was hot, added value to your life, and you just can't believe that you were in that room and it just transformed your very soul that night, and you said, I got to follow her, got to be around it, write down what she said, and then steal it. Make it your own. Don't steal it. If you're going to use her quote word for word, then make sure you quote Dr. Jackie. But let's just say she's saying, when you got to set goals, guys. You got to have a goal that's so exhilarating that it excites you and it scares you at the same time. A goal that's so in tune with your mental and spiritual core, you'll willingly dedicate all of your waking hours and all of your resources to its attainment. So you can say at the end of your life, I'm emphatically, incredibly grateful, God, to this idea that used and moved my life. What a different story we'll have to share if we get something that will light us on fire on the inside, that'll get us up in the morning, that'll keep us up at night, something that we can fall in love with and hang on to, that'll get us through the winds of worry and the trials and the difficulties and the storms of struggle. It'll get us through because we've got that destination, that we got that pearl of great price that we're just running after. If you hear something like that and it penetrates the depths of your soul, steal it and run with it. That's what Habakkuk says. Write down the vision and make it plain so that the runner, the hearer, the messenger, he who runs with it gets it plain. The runner can take it and share it with somebody else. Because Doctor can reach people I'll never reach. Vice versa. So Gwen, Tiffany, if you're in her room and she says something, she says thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they're mixed with a definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their attainment. You just got 4 chapters in your new book. Thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they're mixed with a definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their attainment. So it is so easy, guys. So easy. We make it difficult, especially with this technology today. Like right now, I have been transcribing this room. How? Okay. How? I'm using I'm on Club Deck. Okay. So I'm on Club Deck. Club Deck is a third party application that's for the computer. So I'm on my computer. I'm not on my phone. I'm on Instagram on my phone. Um, and I am able to transcribe this room using Otter.ai connected to Club Deck. So everything I've said, and if Jackie wants, everything that she says is in there as well, and it will separate it out by speaker. So we literally, guys, all of us in this room, Dr. Jackie, Gwen, Tiffany, Sandra, and Sheila, we could all write another anthology like Chicken Soup for the Soul, and we could do it from Clubhouse. Each person brings their 3 to 5 minutes. You each get a chapter in the book, and we've got a book. It's not that hard. Hey, have you heard of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Doctor?
Yes, I have.
Do you know how many copies it sold before it was even in print?
Millions.
No, 20,000 before it was in print. Before it was in print. Before it was in print. Now, this is before ebooks. Before ebooks, before Kindle, before this was back in 05. Okay. So Chicken Soup for the Soul. How? You said, Dr. Jackie just said, how again? I saw it over in the comments. How? She said that earlier, but it's kind of an ongoing theme. How? Well, Dr. Jack Canfield is the one who was the author of that book, or was the kind of the kicker. He was the quarterback basically, and he said to Doctor, here's my idea, and he came up with a marketing plan, and he went to Doctor, and he said, the marketing plan we're going to go to we we're going to reach 1 million people with this book, and we would like you to write a story in the book. Would you like to write a story in the book, Doctor?
Yes.
Okay. She says yes. Gwen, would you like to write a story in the book? We're going to go to 1 million people with the book. We're going to get it out to 1 million people. Would you like to write a story in the book, Gwen? Tiffany, raise your hands, guys, and lower them if you'd like to be in the book. If you'd like to write a story in Chicken Soup for the Soul, okay? Chicken Soup for the Soul. Everybody would like to be in the book. Chicken Soup for the Soul, okay? Now, lower your hands after I say this because it's probably going to be your reaction. I only need $1,000 for you to be in the book. Yeah. Well, see, that's what he did. He took 20 authors, and they each paid $1,000. He had a marketing plan. They went to market, and they marketed the book with publicists, editors, proofread, all that. Those original 20 people have received royalties to this day from every Chicken Soup for the Soul book that has ever been printed, whether they are authors in that book or not. Chicken Soup for the Soul is like a Reader's Digest, and they've got Chicken Soup for the Grandmother's Soul. Chicken Soup is Chicken Soup for the teenage soul, Chicken Soup for the parent's soul, Chicken Soup for the doctor's soul, Chicken Soup for the nurse soul, Chicken Soup for any soul. Did you know, Doctor, that they have a certification program to be a Chicken Soup for the Soul coach? It's a franchise. It's a franchise. And those original 20 people get royalties off of every copy of every version sold to this day because they were willing to take a risk on something in the beginning.
Oh my goodness. I'm going from how to wow. I didn't know that chicken soup for the soul. I know all of the books and everything, but to know the basis of where he started, that is amazing.
Well,
Many
there's
people believe in a vision and a dream.
well, and there was hundreds that didn't.
Yes.
As they all wanted to be in the book. It's like that. Remember the hen who went around was going to make the bread? That little children's story. She went around, and everybody wanted the bread. They just didn't have time to grind the wheat. They didn't have time to, they didn't have the time to sift the flour. I got my kids and things like that. But as soon as the bread's done, I want to eat the bread. But so she went to somebody else. They didn't have time. So I see Gwen down there. She got her hands raised. I'm going to bring her up, see if she'd like to come up and say hello. Gwen, there you are. How are you?
Hi, I still have my hand raised, like for everything you saying. I mean, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come up. This is my first time being in your room, but I do follow Dr. Hadnot because I believe in what she does and what she teaches. So I kind of grab her, and everywhere I see her at, I try to get in on the room in it because I know she's a blessed woman of God. So I'm really enjoying what you're saying. So my hand was still raised when you said $1,000. I'm like, that's not bad at all. So that's why my hand was still up. But thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for what you're sharing with us today.
Well, I hope you follow me. And not only follow me here, but follow me on my Instagram as well. And,
Yes,
and you can find that down at the bottom of my bio and click on that. And but yes, I help people market their stuff, and I create collaborations with people all the time. I tell everybody that it's Helen Keller. She made a statement. She said, "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much more." If you're out there trying to fight your own battles, Jesus sent people out two by two. He didn't send them out one by one. He sent them out two by two. Two is a good number, and a cord of three strands is not easily broken. But a lot of times people don't want to get along. They don't want to mastermind on anything. They don't want to come up with anything. They don't want to create anything. Even to have a baby, it takes two. It doesn't take one; it takes two. Well, you can raise a child by yourself, but generally to get the child, you gotta have something and something coming together, and a spontaneous combustion. So it's so Gwen, good to see you. What do you do, Gwen? Tell us a little bit about you and who you are and how.
But actually, been a nurse since 1988, so I quit counting. And so, July 9th, the Lord told me it was time for me to stop working and go into full time ministry and work for myself. So I do teach CPR and other classes for nurses and doctors. And what caught me with you is because I'm in the process now of trying to create my online courses for my coaching class. Um, and I was a nursing instructor for years. And I'm looking at everybody as a health coach. And then I do help open up like home health, nurses aid schools. And I see so many people come to me and you want the school open, you don't know how to teach. And so I just been kind of looking at what's going on, and I'm like, well, let me make some courses on how to be an instructor because it takes an art for that. You got to just know what to do. And so it's a difference for clinical and it's a difference for theory. And so I'm like, well, let me try to look around. I know how to struggling. So when I seen you talk about a course, I said, well, let me look in here, like that. So I'm just trying to find the right thing to get me rolling so I can make my website and, offer it to people. So I do kind of want to do a video and, written because they need to know how to make a binder, just what to do when you get to the facilities. It's kind of a navigation thing. So that's one of the things that I'm working on, but I do quite a bit. I got to go to Nigeria. I'm in the process of doing building a hospital there. I do write grants. I just haven't had time to push it, and none of that. That's why I quit. I gotta get things going. But I do a lot. I'm just rolling out a little at a time.
All right. Well, I put another link up at the top there. You can look at that. It's called Stop Taking the Stairs.
Okay.
.com. It is my guided success journey where I teach a lot of this stuff on Zoom, via Zoom, where we do it live, and I meet every Tuesday night. In fact, I'm coming up on it, but I do Tuesday night meetings where we teach everything from social media help. I noticed you said you need social media help. We teach everything from social media to landing pages, funnels, how to stuff. Because the biggest thing that frustrated the hell out of me every time I went to a motivational seminar, yeah, thinking positive's great, but I'm still stuck in this $800 a week job, man. How do I start a business? How do I do this? How do I do it? How do I sell me? How do I can sell products, but how do I sell me? And what products do I need to sell? What can I do to set myself apart? And how do I make myself an expert? And through trial and error, I'm 51 years young. Through trial and error, I've learned a lot. And as I was saying, I have multiple streams or systems of income. Like I have a roofing company. I have an energy efficiency company. I have teams for the streams though. These are things I don't have to manage. They're managed for me. So I'm not talking about multiple jobs. I'm talking about multiple streams of income. Well, digital stuff, you can make a living between 9 to 5. You can make a fortune between 5 and 9. Let me say that again. You can make a living between 9 to 5. You can make a fortune between 5 and 9. If you schedule it, what gets scheduled gets done, guys. And I think that's a lot of problem that people have. They're not scheduling the things, and they don't have a financial goal. And if you have a financial goal, you can work backwards from there. Like if I want to make $10,000 a month and I want to sell a course for $100, how many courses do I need to sell at $100? 100. So I need 100 people to buy that. Well, I need to have a value ladder then. I need to have $100 offer, but I also need to have something that I take them up in value. You've got to take people up in value. You can't make it on $100 here and there. Now I have this guided success journey is $97 a month. So everybody that's in that, they have access to all of our past programs, and then they have access to me every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So they have access to me. Now, if any of you here tonight would like to join us tonight as my guest and be a part of that, you let me know and I will send you a Zoom link. So as long as you can participate. I want to say hello to Sandra. Welcome, Sandra. Come on up. But really, the thing is, you got to just say what resonates with you, Who are you called to serve?